here to there, you have numbers, so.
Yeah. Frankly, the higher the numbers, the brighter the light, so to say.
Yeah.
It's becoming dim and dim. That means there is no source of darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light.
Say it again. This is so crucial.
There is no source of darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light.
Yes. This is so profoundly important. We think all of these are levels and, but what you're saying is there's only one quality. As you move from light, you are turning down the switch, dimmer, 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 to where it looks dark comparatively, but still the power, the potential somewhere is there. Yeah.
Dark is just a human expression.
Yeah. It's a comparison, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this map may solve the philosophical argument about good and bad. I see. I think good. Some people say there is a source in goodness and badness, and which one? People say which one is the core of the humanness, but in fact, there is no such thing as there's no source of badness. Just goodness exists, and the degree of goodness changes, decreases.
Yes.
Like the light.
Yes. Yes. This is very, very important. So that's the most profound truth, what you have just said. Only one quality. It's the spectrum, the degree of the presence of that quality of light or love, of truth. And the way we human mind like to categorize. We have to call this versus that versus this versus that. For me, Hawkins' map, when I first saw it, first of all, it was a game changer. It was, because like you said, there's no philosophy now. Forget this, science isn't the only way. And I could tell which science is truthful and which is rubbish. And I'll tell you this, I threw out so many medical journals. No use reading them. You can't get to healing. Truth is healing. Truth is wellness. Truth is vitality. And it wasn't in this journal between rubbish. I'm telling you, Tomo, big wake-up call for me. Until then, I was admiring. Oh, I was worshiping mind. Thoughts, my thoughts. Ooh, important, competition. So let me just see. For me, it was a shift, an internal shift then. It's very hard to give up what has already been there and you worshipped it for a long time, and then you have to say, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Close the door, bye. Yeah, I said, oh, wow, wait a second now, how did you then, what was the shift for you?
Now I don't remember much, but it's so natural. This map and this the life this map can tell us is so natural for me. I almost forgot what was I was wondering, but maybe I was Right. I raised as a children of Jehovah's Witness, and not only Jehovah's Witness, but Christian, whole Christian beliefs may believe in the Satan, the source of badness. And well, when I was a child, they taught me very harshly, strongly exaggerated the power of Satan, and they hated it. They really hated it. It's like maybe Jehovah's Witnesses can be categorized as Puritanism.
Yes.
Yeah,
Puritanism, right? Yes.
Puritanistic, very moral, quite moralistic, too moralistic, too strict. Fortunately, I was not so into that religion. I had science, but as a child, the programs installed into my mind always runs, So it took many years to undo these programs. After years of searching, I found this map and Hawkins' teachings. That was, like you said, game changer.
Yeah. I think what you're referring to also is that religions can be they want to do good, but what they end up doing a lot of times is put you into a guilt all the time that you're guilty, and when I see here, it's guilt right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Blame, and it's destructive.
Yes. This energy field gives rise to the vindictive God's view.
Yeah. Good for nothing. You're bad. Guilty. You had chewing gum and now you're bad. I remember being told, chewing gum. Okay, fine. So yeah, but it's as children, we can get these programs, as you say, the word program, because it's programmed into us. There's a hardware, and then the program comes in. Mother, parents, school, church. I mean, like for me, books. And you have to really recognize it to let go. For me, it was actually within a few years, I just walked away. It was, I don't know why, I don't know if I could do it today, but that time, 20 years ago, I said, bye. I could see it. I could see the change, and the change was happening inside. Then you can't shut it off. I thought, oh, I look at something and it had no meaning for me anymore. I wasn't interested in writing, endless papers that would be expired in a year and nobody would read. And the sweat and tears you put into all of this peer review science journal it was so mad. I said, this is mad. Hi. Yeah. So the Jehovah's Witness and your science, the science, what was the kernel in the science that made you go, whoa, wait a second? What was it? Can you remember? Or?
You mean my understanding of science in childhood?
Yeah, and how you could see the Puritanism of your childhood upbringing and say, okay, I don't think this is for me. Was
Mhm.
it the scientific bent? Because that's pretty big to say, oh, this program isn't working for me.
I see, I see, I see. When I was before なんだっけundergraduate fourth grade,
Mm-hmm.
usually people enter into the lab. I mm, I remember gradually realized this way I cannot find the truth
Mm-hmm.
because I have to. I thought, at least I thought at that time, I have to read all the books and papers in the world to find the truth, and that's impossible.
Mm.
And even you can narrow down to your specialty, the still the amount is
Yeah, it's impossible. It's like information, overwhelm. Yeah.
mm,
Mm.
mm. So somehow I thought that's impossible. That's not what I wanted. Mm. I don't know why, but that's a grace, I think.
Very lovely. A
Mm.
state of grace. It's like so subtle, but it touches you. Grace. Yeah,
Yeah,
God's grace.
the feeling was not graceful, but I'm not bliss or something. Yeah, maybe it that was like a little bit identity crisis, maybe. So I was in depression, mm, but mm, at that time I didn't know I had no idea leads what leads to me what leads me to,
Mhm.
but now I can say that's a grace
Yes. It's like
because
a. Mhm,
many people don't think like that.
mhm.
I was
You remind me of okay, so I'll share something about me that very
mm,
few people know. It's only my brother.
mm,
That it's like a dark night of the soul.
mm, mm,
Dark night of the soul. And I was at Stanford University and I was studying rheumatology.
mm, mm.
And out of nowhere, it was apathy, um, deep internal sadness. I didn't know where it came from because everything was the same outside. And I prayed
Mm, mm,
deeply. And the one book that I remember going to, and I would carry it everywhere between patients, I would just look at it to hang
mm.
on with my fingernails almost, was Yogananda, Swami
Ah,
Yogananda, Self-Realization Fellowship. Yeah.
mm, mm, mm,
It wasn't the autobiography. It was a very slim book, like um, In Search of the Light, something like that. Okay. It's